We're going to start off with a little word association. I say a word, you say the first word that comes to mind.
All right.
Hot.
Cold.
Fire.
Fire extinguisher.
Tracy.
Mean.
Ooh. Bod.
What?
Bod.
Bod? Hot.
Dazzle.
No.
I don't know if that counts as an answer. Crazy.
Amanda.
Ooh, touche. Challenge.
I like it.
And that's that. Hey guys, welcome to the Go Headquarters podcast. I am Brandon Rahe, and with me today, special guest, Chad Morris.
Howdy.
What's going on, man?
All good.
Just another week, huh?
Yep, another weekend coming up.
Awesome. So what we want to get into a little bit today is we kind of want to highlight Chad's story in his Go Headquarters journey and, kind of find out a little bit about him and see if his story echoes yours and if you can maybe pick up on anything from him and his experiences that you can maybe learn from or get motivated by. So to kick things off, what is your athletic background? Have you done anything fitness your whole life? Did you play sports? Give us some insight on your background.
I think I'm probably a pretty good candidate as your average guy that comes in here. I've been in and out of gyms, but my normal gym experience would be this was back in gyms full of machines days, and I'd go and be diligent for a few weeks or so, sign up for a year, and then stop going.
Classic.
But I've got a wife that is very athletic and very much diligent at it. 15th wedding anniversary, I really didn't have anything, but I thought something up on the spur of the moment that would work out really well and told her, whatever you want to do, we'll do it. I was thinking of beach and told her, don't rush, think about it. I want you to think about this, make it special. Well, 2 days later, she came to me and decided that she'd always want to run a marathon. It wouldn't be fun if we did it together. So,
ouch.
So we did that. Of course, I didn't factor in that, you got to train for those things. So figure, a few hours of misery would be okay, but no, it's months. So I did that in my past. I'm relatively active in diving and spearfishing and things like that. So, kind of active, in the things I'm interested in, I've done. That's kind of what I had done before this. But then I got where I was working too much and living in hotels and 30, 40 pounds heavier than I wanted to be, and it showed.
Yeah, so stuff just kind of crept up on you as life unfolded over the years.
Yeah, when you're 20, you can get away with a lot more than you can when you're not 20.
Yeah, definitely. So why did you get started at Go Headquarters here?
Well, I came back into town and Tracy wanted to go do a very simple workout that was running short intervals relatively quickly and short rests in between, maybe 10 of them. I couldn't do it. I mean, I got through the third or fourth one and I was huffing and puffing, my hands on my knees, and I simply couldn't do it. And I realized that I was a long way from the shape I was in when I ran a marathon, and it woke me up, I guess. So fundamentally, it's Tracy's fault.
I like where this is going. So what has your progress been, or where were you when you started at Go Headquarters, and what has your progress report been since you've been here?
Well, I guess there's probably a lot of different ways to gauge progress, but from the standpoint of being able to do a simple workout like I did before, we do those every day. Maybe it might be an AMRAP, or might be 20 minutes of hard work, as many rounds as possible, or something like that. So those I can do, much better than I could then. And then from a strength standpoint, I mentioned I'd been in gyms in and out, but not in a real structured way, and not in a way where I really progressed much. And in here, for instance, I'd never deadlifted. And I had no way to gauge what a heavy deadlift was for me. I go to Home Depot and I see a box that says 70 pounds, get two people to lift it. I'm like, okay, well, 70 pounds must be pretty heavy. And I started out, where everyone does with the form and getting it right and relatively light, but I can deadlift 400 pounds now, which for me is, that's kind of cool.
Heck yeah.
To know that you can do that, and a lot of other things as well. I don't think I could do more than a couple pull-ups when I came in here, and I did Murph in 45 minutes, which is run a mile, 100 pull-ups, a couple hundred push-ups, a few hundred air squats, and then run a mile again. And so it feels good to be able to do that.
That's awesome. And then go about your day and still go hit the beach and be active if you want to, and not be wiped out for 48 straight hours.
Right. And I guess, and talking about that thing, why we do this, why I do this, I want to be active. I love that I can spearfish and dive, and I'm going to go hunting out in Wyoming, and that's up and down, a couple 1,000-foot vertical, and you get out there and you can't make it up the hill. It's kind of miserable.
Yeah.
And it's nice to be able to get out there and be the old guy that's cruising up the hill, giving your young friends grief about why they're standing there huffing and puffing.
Yeah.
So that's fun, but also I guess on a more serious note, I've got friends, really most of my friends that I've kept up with from high school that were literally as athletic or more athletic guys than I am, that are on meds for diabetes and for cholesterol, for gout, just a whole string of meds. And I firmly believe that if you get in here and do work, you can eliminate, maybe not all of it, but the vast majority of it. I just
definitely
had a full workup, and everything was essentially perfect, which is kind of cool when you're knocking on 50.
Yeah, you're talking all your blood profiles, everything looked really
all
good.
All blood, all cholesterol, heart rate. They're wondering, why your heart rate's down in the 50s and stuff.
Chad, I think, cheated on his heart rate test.
I did.
He does free diving, so he's really good at heart rate control and breath control. You can hold your breath for how long?
I don't know, as long as I need to.
As long as he needs to. That's longer than most of us, which is like 10 seconds. So that's a cool skill. If the apocalypse happens, we're all calling Chad. Okay, so moving forward, what would be your advice to anyone out there maybe watching this podcast? If you could, the way I would phrase this is, hey, back up 5 years, if you can have a conversation with yourself, what would you tell yourself 5 years ago?
Well, fortunately, I had Tracy, who made it abundantly clear I just needed to start now. Left to my own devices, I probably would have felt like I needed to get in shape before I walked into the gym and embarrassed myself, and that's just the wrong attitude. Basically, guys are guys. We all have egos. Just check it and show up and do work. Nobody, at least especially in this place, is judging anyone about what they're able to do. I think if there's any judgment at all, it would be who works hard. And works hard relative to their abilities. It's not a matter of who can just crush that workout. It's who's in here diligently getting after it. And it doesn't matter if you're 20 or 70. We all see people that they're getting here, getting after it to the best of their abilities. That's inspirational for me, and I think for everyone else.
Yeah, I think that goes across the board without saying, yeah.
Oh, but I will forewarn the guys that show up here, the girls are going to kick your butt. It's just the way it is. It's just going to happen.
Yeah.
You think you're stronger. Well, you might be able to bench press a little more than they do, but yeah, they're going to smoke you. Yeah. And I'm not talking a little bit. My wife takes great pride in kicking my butt on a regular basis, and she does. If there's any burpees involved, if there's anything that's body weight related that is, 5 rounds or more, she's going to smoke me.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
And you talk about
awesome.
Inspirational, though. I've had a couple of, maybe it was a 5-round timed workout that was relatively hard, and we could choose, how we did dips or something. And I remember getting to the end of that a couple times, or one time in particular, getting to the end of that, feeling like, man, I felt good. I got through that one. I did okay. Well, I chose to do these dips. I get to the end, I'm feeling good about myself. I look around, there's Michelle, and she's doing ring dips, just grinding them out one at a time. She's a round and a half behind me, and I'm just like, you know.
Yeah.
But it's awesome. It's inspirational, and it's one of the things that make this place great. That people are, you know, rooting for you, and it's a cool thing to be part of.
Cool, man. Well, we're super happy to have you here at Go Headquarters, of course. Is there anything else you want to mention in closing?
Oh, I guess just show up and do work, and be honest about, you know, it gets hard sometimes, but that's okay. That's part of it, and that's actually a fun part of it, to get past where you think your limits are mentally. I mean, that's one of the things I like best about the gym, is that it's challenging, and the workouts change. You're not showing up and doing 3 sets of bench press and 2 sets of curls and what we used to do. It's not the way it is. There's a new workout every day, and it's challenging, and sometimes it's extremely challenging mentally. I mean, you feel like you just can't do another one, but the reality is you can. And you get to the end of it and you did something that there's no way left to my own devices without having a group of people there doing it with me, and a coach telling me that, hey, come on, I wouldn't have done half of it.
Yeah.
And then, you know, and you're done. I mean, if the only thing I do in a day sometimes is come in here and get a good workout, it was a good day.
Sure. That's awesome. Well, thanks for sitting down with me today, telling a little bit about your story. I appreciate it.
No problem.
And thanks for being a member here at Go Headquarters. Chad's a great motivator, a great member of our community. Definitely lifts spirits when he's in here. We have a good time with Chad. Supplies some good fish every now and then, which is awesome. And so make sure you say hello to Chad when you see him next here at Go Headquarters. Thanks, buddy.
I won't see you next week. Going to the Bahamas.
Which is awesome. But we'll see you next time.